More days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 5 more days till Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Yay! Hey guys, it's your favorite final boy and girl, Emily and Nick, as well as your favorite final babysitter, Mike, and special guest, Brad, coming at you with a new episode of Gag Me with a Knife, a weekly podcast where we dissect, disembowel, and shred the best and worst slasher movies. Since this is the last full week of October, we'll end it with a... we're gonna rank Halloween 1 through Resurrection. We're not doing the Rob Zombie shit. Nothing against the people that like that shit or the new ones.
No offense to them, it's awful.
No. I mean, it is. They can like whatever the fuck they want.
I guess.
We'll also be ranking our favorite 5 kills from those movies. And since Brad's our special guest, he's going to get us started with his least favorite of the series. Before we get started, we want to give a shout out to our newest Patreon member, Jason. Thank you. So, Brad,
Thanks,
why don't you get the ball rolling? Let's do this.
Your least favorite of the series.
All right. So my least favorite of the series was Halloween H2O.
Oh, that one's high on my list.
Yeah. I really didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't think the kills were that great. I thought it was kind of unnecessary. I think as we go up my list, I really like 4, 5, and 6 a lot. So I'd rather see more of that.
Sword.
Yeah. But... there's a couple things I like on this movie. Plan 9 from Outer Space is on the television in the beginning. Nice. I like that.
It's short.
Yeah.
It's only like 71 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's very short.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
The Scream parody with Sarah Michelle Gellar on TV.
No, yeah.
That's an interesting
what was that movie?
It's a parody.
It's supposed to be Stab, probably like a stabbish kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind
Stab
of like...
is this parody of Scream and the Scream franchise. Yeah.
Get one of the people from I Know What You Did Last Summer and have them make fun of Scream.
And Sarah Michelle Gellar is in
I don't
part 2
like
of
Scream. I don't know if you guys know.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a while.
She's in the sorority, yeah.
Hey, Mike, why don't you tell us why you don't like Scream?
No, please don't. We already did this.
I didn't have many reasons, I don't think.
Mike, what is your least favorite?
My least favorite was Resurrection, number 8. There were things I did like about it. I like when Busta Rhymes dresses Michael Myers.
It does anything?
Yeah, but Busta Rhymes is pretty damn great. But when the two Michael Myers are like face to face,
yeah, it's
you
awesome.
can tell Michael Myers, the real one, doesn't know what the fuck to do. What I didn't like about it was I hate the internet, even though we wouldn't have a podcast without it. But like the shaky cam stuff.
You don't like the found footage.
I thought it was like, let's put a little Blair Witch in this Halloween. That and
at least it makes sense as to why he's there.
I think he should have been. So there's a son in H2O, and Resurrection is supposed to be right after H2O.
Yeah, they were going to get Josh Hartnett to be in another movie. He was too famous by then.
They didn't get Danielle Harris to be Jamie in 6. So they don't give a shit about that. But he should have been going after John. There's still somebody from his bloodline. Like, that's still his sister and her son. He should be trying to kill John. They should have made John one of the people that goes to the Halloween house or something.
Well, I think they probably were banking on the found footage craze, probably. So
I did enjoy the movie. I had a good time watching it. But it's my least favorite of these 8 films.
Okay, Nick.
Hey, this one's kind of weird. It's H2O, but not for the same reason as those guys. I haven't seen that movie since middle school, and I couldn't get my mitts on it. So, so just by proxy, it has to be. But I do remember, and I have some good things to say about it. I do remember really being a kid and watching it and fucking, it's like, oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is back. That's kind of cool when you're in middle school and you see this kind of shit.
Well, she's actually strong finally in that one.
Yeah, and then you got Dreamboat Hartnett in there, and then on top of
Michelle Williams
I thought it was the first time...
LL Cool J.
I thought it was the first time in a while that, I guess the one before it did it too, but... The Mask had gotten back to somewhat looking a little the same.
That was the first one where it got back.
4 and 5 are the freaky ones for me.
It's pretty bad in 6
with the
too,
Mask.
though.
But so I don't have much to say about it because it's been over 20 years since I've seen it. I just couldn't get it.
He was supposed to watch it, but good job on
I've
doing
seen
that.
it.
I was going to let him borrow the DVD and Brad.
Yeah, and you're a liar, and everybody knows it.
Well, I gave y'all my whatever. Okay, so
I bought a copy from McKay's and it was all scratched up. Those people just don't know how to do their
Why
jobs.
don't you give some more information on where you live so that person can come stalk you?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Christ, man.
What's up, Alex? I love you.
Give it fucking zip code.
My least favorite. He already said his house what it was across the street from. So
Nobody remembers that.
I just listened to it. Okay, anyway.
It was like a month ago.
Well, it was yesterday, but well, I mean,
BTS. That stands
I
for
recorded
behind
it,
the
but whatever.
scenes.
Okay, so the worst, in my opinion, is Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers.
Oh, come on.
I think Paul Rudd can be good in the shittiest movies except for this one. I don't like I don't like this franchise very much. So this is not like, I'm gonna have a lot of hot takes because I don't like this franchise. I think it sucks. So I do like one of the kills on it a lot. So why don't you suck on my dick about that?
Hey.
But I don't like the thorn thing is real fucking stupid. Some of the kills are cool, but
There's some good
besides
kills
that,
in
it's
this
just
one.
like
There's good
it's
gore.
not. Paul Rudd is not likable.
Yeah, he actually, it's a really bad job by Paul Rudd, but
I mean, horrible.
he's pretty as hell.
He is
so pretty.
I mean, he's always
Yeah.
pretty. He's
Like,
always
any
pretty.
shots where it's like him not saying anything, just
He
walking
still
or
looks
just
the
standing. It's
same.
like,
I mean, like,
yeah, I get it.
He's
Like,
the only white guy that didn't age. He's the only
crack.
example of white that doesn't crack. But
Crack.
yeah. So Brad, what about your second least favorite or your seventh
Yeah,
Number 7.
seventh
Number
ranking?
7 for me was Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Boo! What's wrong with you, man?
Man, I didn't like it this time.
Whoa.
I just I think there's better movies with this kind of
Stonehenge.
story, and I
Oh, yeah,
also think
I keep on forgetting about that part.
yeah, I mean, and it's
That part's
also
dumb.
yeah, I just
Stonehenge
didn't
is
like it
great.
this time. And actually, there's better Tom Atkins movies. I
If
know
Tom-
that.
Damn,
that's
dude.
If
like,
Tom Atkins
You're
had not
breaking
been
my
in it, it would have been a lot lower on my list. But Tom Atkins saved it.
You're breaking my heart.
So, Mike,
My
can you stop
number.
moving that shit around?
Sorry, I'm fidgety. Where's my spinner? My number 7 is Curse. I liked
Number
Curse. I
6.
thought it. No, my number 7 is number 6.
Yeah.
I
on,
liked
man.
Curse, and I thought it had some of the best gore in the whole series. But
Yeah, I agree with that.
I got confused too many times. Like, why are people named Strode living in the Strode house? What's happening at the ending? Like, is Donald Pleasance now Michael Myers?
I don't even know if they knew
Like,
what
I
they were doing,
don't.
honestly.
There were several times where I watched this with Brad, and I was like, "What exactly is going on right now?" And I wasn't that wasted.
and and I was like, let's just roll with it, man.
I mean, I was a beer and a half in. Like,
Oh,
I had,
okay, well,
I
then
had
you
a
weren't.
tall,
It's a popcorn movie.
but I was just like, But there were a lot of things I liked about it.
No, Popcorn
But
is a popcorn movie.
unlike Emily, I do like this series. There were none of these movies like, oh, this fucking sucks. No American Marys are in here.
Oh my god, you will not stop with that.
It's weird that I don't like something.
I guess.
sticks out.
Nick, what's your?
That's a loaded statement. Mike.
Yeah, we're don't even say load.
You said load.
Oh yeah, yeah. Self-milking. Oh, wait, is it mine?
Yeah,
Is it my
it's
turn?
your turn to do your 7th.
It's Resurrection.
Okay.
Nothing against like the Busta Rhymes aspect and.
I mean, it would ever say
No,
that.
no, I think it's cool that Busta Rhymes is sitting there talking
Tyra
shit
Banks
to
is
him and like at the
good,
end
too.
finale and all that stuff. I think it's like
He has a ninja fight.
But I agree with Mike. It's the shaky cam reality show thing that I'm like, I
Not
don't
into
really
it.
give a shit, man. I mean, it's cool, it's watchable, and again, it's a popcorn movie. So like, if I have to watch it or whatever, and it's on or I'm bored, like, yeah, absolutely, fuck yeah, man. And like I said, that fight with Busta Rhymes is the shit. I think that's awesome. But I don't
They
know.
can take that shaky cam back to Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Or the Blair Witch Project?
That stuff's just not for me. Like, well, the Blair Witch was like one of the besides
it was like the
besides
first
like
one.
Cannibal Holocaust, like the
yeah,
first,
but it was like the first,
yeah.
like big one, whatever.
I'm
But,
sure,
okay,
I'm sure there's another one in there. But,
my
you know.
next least favorite, and when I say least favorite, I mean I hated it. So I
Hated
hate
it.
I hate all of them except for like 3, 2, and 1. So
Well, okay, then Emily is done, and me and Brad
so
can
my
talk
next
now,
one is
like-
Halloween 5: Revenge of Michael Myers. I just didn't give a shit about any
Tina.
like the costume party. She's like can't talk. She has seizures. I hate Danielle Harris. She gets on my fucking nerves. Whatever. I mean, it's it's just like a shittier 4.
Do you think Tina's hot?
Not as much as you
Well,
do.
okay, man.
She's okay. I mean, like, she's nothing to write home about.
She had the wrong mic.
But then again, I was called
been me.
obese today by somebody, so I don't fucking know.
God damn.
What's that got to do with the Halloween franchise?
I'm in a bad mood.
Okay.
So no, I'm kidding. I mean, kind of. But I mean, I don't like the series anyway. So,
What was your reason?
Really? Why don't you
Sunday?
like the series? Which ones do you like?
you'll find out. I guess.
I think you just said them.
You'll find out in a minute.
All right.
Freak. Brad, what is your 6th least favorite?
It
I guess,
was
or whatever.
Number 6.
it was Halloween Resurrection.
We agree again.
I actually like that a lot.
I like it too.
Like, I thought it was kind of cool. It at times it seemed like it had the same aesthetic as the movie like Jawbreaker, and then it became like kind of a shitty "Are You Afraid of the Dark" like mature episode. Like, it was just like all blue lights in a dusty house kind of thing.
I love Busta Rhymes in this one.
Yeah, no, Trick or Treat Motherfucker is awesome. He kicks down a door, screams "Trick or Treat Motherfucker,"
And has a
screaming,
ninja fight.
like bleeding out of his
Like-
shoulder. Such a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
what
right.
Why
about
is the
you?
basement so big? Like, they
I
go to
don't-
the fake basement.
Do you know they have
then see the
different
real
sizes of
basement.
basements, Mike?
Yeah, but this one has like gates and fucking.
Well, you know, maybe
No two basements are creted equal, man.
no, it's like it leads to
all
some
basements matter, Mike.
Do you want a
suburban
basement that
sewer
big?
system.
Rude.
You got any cake down there? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
You can put cake down
Oh,
there.
I'm picking H2O here. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No, it was pretty good.
Not
But I
cool, bro.
hated the
Not
teenagers. The teens in it
Mine's
really,
up way high.
they
so.
really dropped the ball. Like Josh Hartnett, yeah, he's all right.
That haircut,
Get a
though.
fucking haircut, yeah.
Ugh.
Except the guy with 2 foot long hair. But
Well, that I don't know
I
what
like
that
the
was.
story. Except, how does Michael Myers always find these people? Like, they're hidden.
He looks.
Well, we talked
He's-
about this last
he's
night.
brain
with-
dead.
We talked about this with
He's
Curse
not brain
last
dead.
He's
night.
got like a
that
homing
There's
thing.
some weird telepathy shit at a certain point, which, you know.
It starts with 2, really. I mean, I think.
But that goes back to, why wasn't he looking for John in number 8?
Well, if you're saying it starts with 2, that's some retconning shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, H2O
I know that's
retcon.
what it is.
H2O was a retcon, yeah.
Yeah,
so.
it goes 1, 2, 7, 8 in that timeline.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Curse of Thorn 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still opens up to
If you can tell by my ranking, I prefer the Thorn.
Is this
stuff.
like the MCU? It's the HCU?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your
The
next
multiverse
one?
of Michael?
Nick?
Which one? What number?
6.
6. Number 4, Return. And this is you guys were talking about the apparent telepathic. Isn't this where the first thing he wakes up when he hears about his niece?
Yeah.
Or something, which is kind of sweet.
I guess, but he
yeah.
wants to go fucking murder her.
Well, at least she gets to meet her uncle.
Well, in 8, she has
What
a...
the
Wait,
fuck?
in 6, he has a
Yeah,
baby with her. He does have a baby with Jamie in number 6.
Well, no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he
Wait.
does.
Yeah, Michael Myers.
That baby is Michael
that's
Myers,
like-
Jamie's son. Incest son.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
cult,
it was.
No, that cult, like, tied
Yeah.
that girl up and let their mass murdering uncle rape their niece.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
It's wild.
I missed that.
Really?
I
That's the
guess.
best part, man.
I think that's,
That was for you, Nick.
All right.
I think I've seen a different cut of that, but yeah, Return I think is kind of weird, and this is where the mask starts looking real fucking weird.
yeah.
Like
That's the
4,
worst. I
like
think
clownish,
I think
yeah.
4 is the worst mask.
Yeah,
There's this
I mean,
one scene
mind
at
you,
the
I
end
know
of
there's
4.
only-
4 and
I know there's
5
only
4 and
been
5
two
have
He looks
really
like
bad.
such a
Myers
goober.
movies before this, but it starts looking like goonish, like just really.
By
really,
the end, those eye holes are insane.
Sure, yeah, I don't
In
know.
4,
But,
yeah.
so that kind of ruined the suspense for me. I mean, I'd still watch it, but yeah, that's my number 6.
My number 6 is Resurrection. 8. I love Busta Rhymes. I like. I mean, Tyra Banks is fine. Whatever. That guy that's like on the other end that's watching them, like that's helping the
Oh,
girl that he has a crush on.
Draker or
He's in a
something?
bunch of stuff too. I think he was in Final Destination 3,
I didn't
and
like
I
that
really
story.
like Final Destination 3. So, yeah, I like Busta Rhymes. I like his little like conversation he has with the real Michael Myers when he's dressed up as Michael Myers, and the little like ninja fight or whatever at the end, and he's pretty hilarious. So, whatever. I mean, yeah, Brad 5.
All right, my number 5 is Halloween 6: Curse of Michael Myers. And I actually like this movie a lot, but there are times where it's not a good movie, and there are times that I like it a lot. So it's that's where it falls up. I really like the line of Loomis saying, "Michael Myers, he's my business." and number 6, business is fucking good. Michael Myers doing some very inventive work in this movie. Phantom of the Opera is on the television in this film.
Not Phantom of the Mall, unfortunately.
Nope. And I thought that rune shit was kind of cool because, I mean, thematically, when I watch all these franchises, I like the sequels. I like when it gets wild. Like more than its usual source material. That's even in my favorite stuff. So yeah, number 5 for me was Halloween 6. Oh, and Mike and I watched the producer's cut. I don't know.
I did too.
Difference for anyone else.
From what you guys just said, I think there is. I've never heard of this shit in my life. I didn't know it was
didn't
like
watch the movie.
What was
No,
your?
I did watch the fucking movie. Like,
What's your number
4
5,
years ago.
Mike?
My number 5 is number 4.
Okay. The Return.
Yeah, Return. I thought it was a good, sequel to 2, since 3 is like kind of off in its own universe.
Yeah, Michael's back.
And it didn't have Tina, so I bet you can guess what my next one's gonna be. But 4, one thing I really love about 4 is the opening is so beautiful. Like it's like just
what even
these.
happens in the beginning?
At the beginning, it's just like
I
these
remember.
shots of lonesome Illinois in fall.
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
looks like the
yeah.
opening of
But it's like
Dennis
probably the
Levinas
most
or some
artful
shit.
part of any Halloween movie.
So what's your 5, Nick?
my 5 is Revenge. And
That's 5, right?
Yes, number 5.
So 5 is your 5.
5 is
Five
5.
is
5 is
five.
5 and 7 is 7.
Anyway,
Anyway,
No, 7.
I'm joking. Just God damn it, roll with it, bitch.
No.
Anyway, I think that, and this is leading into something later, of course. But I think, as stupid as it is, I do like this like cult of Thorn and how stupid it is,
I
and
don't like it.
the doctors or whatever that are like doing the cult and all that shit. I think it's cool as fuck. And I
Wait, is that-
know it's stupid. And here's the
Isn't that
thing.
6?
No, 4.
Well, no, it goes into 6, but the
wait, 5.
mask still looks fucking horrible.
Yeah, the
in
mask
this
is
one.
still
Like,
bad.
It almost looks worse.
I mean, it's
inside.
not great in 6 either, but it's better than it is in 4 and 5.
Yeah. It improves. But yeah, it's the Revenge of Michael Myers.
My number 5 is number 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I don't like Daniel Harris, but it follows a formula. They are bringing Michael Myers back. I also really like the boyfriend that's like cheating on her. I like him. He's in Dazed and Confused and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I like that dude. So the boyfriend in part 5 is awful, but Tina's boyfriend.
Michael.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited to see that person.
but
back.
When Tina said Mikey to him, though, I kind of got a
God,
bit of a rise out of that.
gross. Okay, Brad, what's your number 4?
Okay, so when I'm making these lists, I'm not saying what is the best film
Oh, yeah.
or what's the most important film.
Oh, no, it's what you
just
enjoy.
The ones that I enjoy. So number 4 is the original Halloween for me.
Oh, well,
And number 4,
it's very, very strange, Brad.
things I did want to bring up while I have, because I know that is like a weird take. The Thing from Another World shows up on the TV in this, which
Fuck yeah.
that's a good ad to be like, hey, I'm interested in remaking this.
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet's on TV, so actually I don't know what happened because once I saw Forbidden Planet on the TV, I was just that's my favorite movie, so I just started playing that in my head.
Yeah.
But Nick Castle plays Michael Myers in this, and I thought this would be fun. Nick Castle, who is Michael Myers in this movie, directed my third favorite Damon Wayans vehicle. Do you guys want to guess what my third favorite Damon Wayans movie is?
Major Payne.
Hell yeah!
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Is
Nick
number,
Castle directed Major Payne.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
is your
For
number
those of
1
you
Blank
answer-
Man?
My number 1's Blank Man. My number 2 is
Yeah.
Earth Girls Are Easy. Number
Oh,
3
I love
Major
Earth Girls
Payne.
Are Easy.
Yeah. But okay, that was my number 4, was the original Halloween.
Where does I'm Gonna Get You Sucker fall on that list?
Oh, probably No, Mo Money would come up before that. Even Bulletproof would probably come up.
Damn, dude.
What is your number 4, Mike?
My number 4 is number 5. And
It's because you like Tina.
I really like Tina. Also, I love the dumb music that happens when the cops are shown. Like, the cops show up and it's like, doo, 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 clown music. I also like the Frankenstein bullshit at the beginning where, like, does Frankenstein kill the old man in the Boris Karloff?
Wait. You mean the old man that gives him, like, a
The
drink
blind
and cigar?
man?
No, he doesn't kill him.
No, he doesn't.
So he's a bad Frankenstein. Michael Myers is because he kills the old
I
man and
guess,
nurses him back to health for a
He's
fucking
not
year.
Frankenstein.
Pure
No,
evil.
like,
There's no life behind those eyes.
But you know
Yeah,
that.
but he wasn't born out of like parts of dead
Well, I mean,
bodies.
Back to H2O when Jamie Lee Curtis is giving a speech in her class. What's she talking about? She's talking about Frankenstein. There is some kind of parallel there by the makers. They want you. They don't.
Stretching.
But yeah, 5
what's your
is
number
fun.
4?
5 is fun.
Are you looking at me?
Yeah.
My number 4.
Nick.
So this is probably a pretty unpopular opinion. My number 4 is number 2. I like this movie, but I want to know how his head got so fucking fat. And then on top of that, like, I mean, it's so helpless in this stupid fucking hospital that's not lit up. Like, what hospital isn't 24 hours? And, like, where the fuck is everybody? And
They're all chasing Michael Myers.
the hospital folk, like, even the doctors are like, oh, fuck no, not in my goddamn town.
Yeah,
like,
no.
four babysitters, Like, I don't know. It's like,
It was a precursor to Halloween Kills.
I like a lot of the kills in
It's
this.
very
but-
action movie.
Well, I really like a lot of the kills in this in
Jamie
this
Lee
film.
Curtis just
But,
crawls around and cries per usual.
yeah,
But-
and like, dude, he really has a hard on for that chick because he he got shot 6 times. And so he's still going after this bitch, and he gets. I don't know. I like this movie a lot, but
That's where you bring. That's the first time you hear that it's her brother, right?
yeah. That whenever I was introduced.
My number 4 is the original Halloween. Everyone knows I think it's subpar. I don't give a shit about it. I mean, it's a better made movie than the ones above it, but it ends Art the Slasher, and Michael Myers is a fucking boring ass killer, and you could get away with him by walking fast. So it's basically a zombie. Like, get over yourself. I don't care.
it's the tortoise and the hare.
I thought you were about to say it's a tour de force, and I was like,
Slow
it's not.
and steady.
I do like the
wins
music,
the
but I
race.
like all of John Carpenter's music. I just don't like his movies that much. So.
It's by far the best use of that score, though.
Oh yeah, I like it in 2 though. I think their use of Mr. Sandman and their version of the music is good in 2. Anyway, Brad, your number 3.
My number 3 is Halloween 2. I thought this was going to be my favorite one, but revisiting it, I didn't like it as much as I remember it. I still like it more than the first Halloween because I do enjoy the hospital setting that Nick was just shitting on. I do really enjoy like, because it is easy to get lost in a hospital and, like, late shift, small town hospitals.
Yeah, but in most of them, there's people there you can ask where you're going.
Well, there are other people there.
Like,
Yeah, but it was, like, I do really enjoy it, and I do love the ending a lot. Night of the Living Dead shows up on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know. It was my favorite as a kid. I don't know what happened. I'll tell you what happened.
Well,
next
you
time.
changed your mind about Nightmare on Elm Street too. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Mike, your number 3.
3.
Yeah.
I'm also with Halloween 2. And again, I thought I liked it more than the first one, but it's it jumps right into the action. There's not like any build up. The kills are really cool. This is where they first started really going for that kill count, you know. And I think John Carpenter thought this is the end of the Michael story, you know, Michael and the doctor.
Wait, which one?
Part 2.
Okay.
It's really good though. I really like it a lot. But just 2 movies I like a little bit more.
Nick.
are we on number 3?
Yeah.
It's number 6 for me, Curse of Michael Myers. This was one that I rented whenever I was a kid from Blockbuster, and man, Paul Rudd's a doughy-eyed fucking bad actor in this, and he's like, grown-up Tommy Doyle.
Just 'cause you're in love with him.
somehow Tommy Doyle has turned into Anthony Michael Hall
he
now.
wants to suck him off.
Like Boone, fight or fuck him.
But no,
Oh yeah, he did want to fight her. He couldn't decide if he
So,
wanted to fight or fuck Boone
I
from
want to ask
Final
you
Terror.
guys. So I have
can
only
do that.
seen, and I watched this like I think earlier this year or even late last year, but this is the
Is this the most recent watch of any of these movies?
for the yeah. But I've seen all these movies a bunch.
I rewatched like the ones I
But
didn't remember.
so I don't know
like, 4
anything
days ago.
about this incestual fucking Michael. So at the beginning,
I rewatched that and I didn't.
at
get
the beginning
that.
of the movie, though, he chases
wasn't
this
paying a lot of
girl
attention
who's
to that.
taken her baby.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he
9
kills
months
her with
before
like in
that,
a
he fucked
thresher
her.
or something like that at the farm or whatever. Is that supposed to be Laurie Strode?
She's supposed to be
that's
dead.
It's Jamie.
Yeah, it says
From
Jamie.
4 and
Oh,
That's Daniel
okay,
Harris's character.
okay.
Yeah, because
I get it.
in that iteration, Jamie Lee Curtis's character died in
Okay.
a car crash or something.
Okay, well, anyway, I like this one a lot. It's a terrible fucking movie. But
fun, though.
Yeah, it's a popcorn movie, and man, it's one of those things of like, it's so bizarre. I like some of the kills in this, and the mask is starting to look better. I don't know, yeah, but I know it's a bad film, but yeah, man, it rules. And Donald
How the hell
Pleasance, it's
they-
Donald Pleasance's last film,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did they not keep the mask from the first one? I'm sure there's some
Or at least
well-known
do
story.
a somewhat.
about
I
kinda
think
bang-up
it
job.
disintegrated.
Well, yeah, but they.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I
The
guess
stuff
would-
that they did, yeah.
we'll never make another one.
So
like
the
this.
more that I'm looking at my list, the more that I'm realizing I don't like really any of these movies. But my third one is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. I used to not like it at all because I didn't understand why they had deviated from Michael Myers when I was like real little. So I was, under that. But then later on, I liked it a little bit more. I'm still not into the sci-fi stuff though. But I love Tom Atkins, and I do like the body horror kind of stuff with it. And it does have great deaths. So, yeah, that's my number 3. So, Brad, what's your second favorite?
My second favorite is Halloween 5: Revenge of Michael
Yeah, boy.
Myers.
Tina.
Man, it's a great beginning. It just kind of starts. There's not like a intro or anything. It just
I
kinda
do like that. They kind of just get into it real fast.
Get into it real fast. And as Halloween 4 has like a Frankenstein ending, or like Halloween 5 has a Bride of Frankenstein beginning of like, oh, I'm like swimming in the water, I'm down the river, yeah, someone replenishes me, and now I'm ready to rampage again. I will say this is the movie where I noticed that Michael Myers drives more than
He
any
drives a lot.
other.
He drives everywhere. Everyone and people always talk
He
about that.
never
It's like
learned.
he got taken into a psychiatric hospital
obviously
at
he
6.
did.
At 6 years old.
At 6 years old, he's been in a psych hospital, but somehow this dude knows how to drive better than
Maybe they
anybody.
get around on golf carts there.
It's these damn video games.
Yeah.
But I will say there was some weird things in this movie where Jamie from Part 4 is excited for Halloween. Which
Yeah.
I was just like, you think that would be something traumatic? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't like how they retconned the not killing the mom. Like, she kills that mom at the end of 4.
Yeah, but... And I have a sneaking
still alive.
suspicion...
No, they said that she just like hurt her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Lame.
got... Because that's like an adoptive
But they don't act
mom.
like she didn't do anything.
Yeah, she's
And
institutionalized.
she still attacked her.
Yeah. And I will say the laundry shoot scene from Part 5
Yeah.
is the scariest
That's good stuff.
scene out of any of these movies. That's like, you're super fucked. You're sitting there trying to like crab walk up a laundry chute while someone's trying to stab you from the bottom. You're fucked. Like, it's a really good scene. Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers. Loved it.
Mike,
Number
your,
2.
number 2.
My number 2 is number 1. I hadn't seen this movie in a long time because it's like, oh yeah, I know what happens in Halloween. I don't need to watch it. It's like kind of cookie cutter slasher, and it didn't invent them, but it really like stabilized them as a force within the industry, the genre, whatever. I really think
nothing
that
came out for another 2 years
John
later.
Carpenter made a lot of seemingly small decisions that make this like a tight, well-made movie, and it works. And there's the weird part where Mike and PJ Souls are talking about taking each other's clothes
Oh, and
off.
then Lori, and
let's
then
take
taking the little
Lindsay's
girl,
clothes. Then we're
Lindsay's
both
clothes
going
off,
to take
yeah.
Lindsay's
You get to
clothes
see
off.
PJ Souls
I
tits in
spit
this.
out
Yeah.
some. I spit out
fuck
some
yeah.
beer.
It does have some seminal.
I love Annie. Not quite as much
Scenes.
as
Some
Tina.
self-milkle.
But if I was ranking the top girls from Halloween movies, it would be Tina and then Annie.
Annie's good.
Annie's great.
Yeah.
I love the
I
Annie
mean,
character.
the whole like head where he sticks a guy to the wall and then his head he tilts his head. That's been replicated a million times. So that's a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going with number one. Best use of the score.
So that's your number 2, though.
My number 2.
Right. Okay.
Number 1 and number 2.
What?
I've
Your
got,
number 2
I've
is
got-
number 1.
Yes, I've got
Okay.
number 1 at
Okay.
number 2.
Nick.
Yeah, mine's the same, and it's for pretty much the same reasons. But also, my whole thing is it's the same thing as like kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one versus I love that whole series and everything, and same thing with like this one. The first one, no matter how you think of it, love it or hate it, it created an icon, and on top of that,
Love it or hate it, there are no dogs on top.
3
Are you gonna
icons.
rap over me? Anyway, but no, it like
wanna rap the game.
it is a piece of cinema that like means something, regardless, because it is so iconic, and it was done on a shoestring budget, and the way the lighting is, and all the stuff, the tricks they use, and it is creepy. It's a cool film. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it, but yeah, everybody said that 1,000 times before.
I
but,
like the there's a video somebody made on YouTube. It's called like outtakes. I'll show it to you, but it's not real. But it's like scenes from the movie, and it clips in.
Are they like all Benny
Michael
Hilling it up or
Michael
whatever?
Myers is like acting like a really hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, my number 2 is I'll show you later. My number 2 is Halloween H2O. 20 years later. I saw this in the theater with my dad. I like the length. It's short. It's sweet. LL Cool J's good in it. Josh Hartnett was hot at the time. Whatever. Michelle Williams is okay. And whoever plays Jamie Lee Curtis's boyfriend.
Which one's Michelle Williams?
She's the one that was married to Heath Ledger.
She's from Dawson's Creek.
No, I mean, which character is she
Oh,
in
she's
that movie?
Josh Hartnett's girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't like her.
I'm just throwing it out there that my mom took me
I
to
don't
go
like
see
her
this at the
at all.
theater.
Yeah.
Look,
It's like only like 74 minutes or something. So like it's like in and out, good,
Brisk.
whatever, we're done. And whoever plays her Jamie Lee Curtis's boyfriend, he's in a lot of stuff too. I can't remember his name, but he's like a mixture of Eugene Levy and the guy that did Ghostbusters, Harold Ramis.
no, he's
But he reminds me of those two guys.
Except less funny.
Yeah, well, yeah, far less.
Reitman do Ghostbusters? And Harold Ramis?
I was talking about, but I'm speaking of Harold. Like he just he looks like those two guys.
no, he looks like, oh my god, this is killing me.
But he's in stuff. I don't know. It was fine. Whatever. I mean, there's that really cool shot of her
I think he looks
in
like Eric
in
Bogosian.
that like circular window, and he's in the window on the other side. Whatever. I mean, I don't love it, but it's
is
watchable.
what it
I
is.
guess. I mean, like it could almost be tied for my number 1 because I could really give a shit. But I mean, I don't really like rewatching.
They should have
these.
just went to Yosemite.
Brad, what is your number?
What?
All right. First of all, thanks for inviting me here because I have wanted to like watch all these movies for about 3 years and never like had the discipline to do it. I'm super excited, and I'm happy to announce that Halloween 4: Return of Michael Myers is
That's
my
why
favorite.
I love it.
I love 4 and 5 so much. I will. The next time I go to watch any of these movies, they'll be 4 and 5.
I think 4 is a good. I mean, yeah, I don't like the Thorn trilogy, but I think 4 is a good
Yeah, like it's
Movie?
follow up to. No, it's a good follow up to after they realized that they fucked up pretty much with taking Michael Myers away.
there's like it's so cool like when the security guards show and the people that are going to transport Michael Myers, he's like talking about Michael Myers and go, Jesus Christ, and goes, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, that's
That
great.
part's awesome. There's some weird things where the cop's daughter is wearing a T-shirt that say "Cops do it by the book."
Oh,
Yeah,
Which
yeah, I
is
noticed
like,
that.
I don't know what the fuck y'all doing in
Still
that
love
household.
the guy that
Maybe
plays
he's-
Dawson in Dazed and Confused.
Maybe the cop is
boyfriend.
maybe the cop is married to a librarian.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but
Womp, womp, womp.
yeah, I love the Frankenstein ending. Like, I really like it. And one thing I really enjoy is like the cops get wiped out early on, and then Loomis catches the Klan on Laundry Day and recruits them. Where it's like, oh, cool.
Oh, well, you're here too, and you were here, and you were here.
Like, why don't you just shoot up a bunch of random bushes wherever you see it? Like, is but yeah, no, I like number 4 a lot. I liked 4 and 5. That was like the big gem of watching these again. It's like, oh, this is where like my soft spot is, because I do generally like sequels where it gets a little more
Wonky.
unrealistic. I don't know.
Mike, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Halloween 3. I think it's the most fun of any of these movies. I don't care if it has Michael Myers is on screen in the movie, but I thought the story was more fun. I think Stonehenge should take a heavier role in Hollywood plots. Every movie should have something to do with Stonehenge.
You should watch more Unsolved Mysteries.
The special
They're all
effects,
on
Get
Prime.
Druid with
like
it.
the special effects are out of this world. I love what's the villain's name? Connell? Something. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the bad guy. The guy who
The
runs
guy,
Silver
the guy from
Shamrock.
RoboCop, the old
Yeah.
man.
The old
God,
man.
I love that guy.
I love Tom Atkins.
Not as much as I love the actual bad guy in RoboCop.
If you want to
Red from
watch
the 70s.
Tom Atkins be a shitty husband, this is the movie for you.
Or any, well,
Or The Fog. Or yeah, any movie with Tom Atkins.
well, if you
If
want
you're looking for an alcoholic who's cheating on his wife at every fucking turn.
Hey, man,
Tom
but
Atkins is
he's
your
good
name.
at it.
Yeah. Nick, what's your number 2?
It's my number 2 was number 1.
Sorry, your number 1.
My number 1 is the same. It's number 3. Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. This guy is a drunk everything, and he fucks everything all the time.
And did
I
you
love
notice that his wife is played by Annie, the woman who played Annie in part 1?
I didn't.
I did not.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
It's his
Tom
wife,
Atkins versus 100 Robert Palmers.
Yeah.
Exactly, and he's a doctor, dude.
And he's simply
Dude, and
irresistible.
even the nurses in the fucking hospital are like, hey, and it's like you can tell he's been fucking around there too. His wife fucking hates him for good goddamn reason.
They're not together. They're not together.
He fucks a random girl he picks
Turn
up.
it off.
They're
There's,
not- they're
there's
not supposed to be
robots
together,
chasing him, and they
but-
finally chase him back to this evil fucking druid goddamn factory where there's like this leprechaun
That's so
warlock
good.
who's making these masks to turn children into fucking like, and he's like, or to kill children on the strike of Halloween. And I love the line that he gives. He's like, this year we're gonna give something back to the children. And it's like, and it's fucking awesome. The
snakes.
effects are fucking great. I like the fucking ending because it starts out mysterious and kind of like foreboding and terrible, and like this guy running and just being like, oh god, oh fuck, they're following me. And I always like shit like that. And then it ends with no, and it's like, oh yes, it's my favorite by far. And I love Michael Myers, and I know this is a stupid opinion, and there's been a resurgence in this popularity of this movie.
It's
But
not
I've always liked
anymore.
this movie, and I've always thought it was pretty cool. And I like the masks. I think they're really cool. I love that stupid fucking song, even though it'll drive you fucking mad. But that's what I go to sleep to. So like
When I rewatched it, though, I was
the song, not the movie.
That's the first time that I realized that Annie from part 1 was Tom Atkins' wife in this one.
But before you get to
crazy.
it, I really wish I could have seen what it looked like if the anthology idea had kept going.
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
no,
a
that would've been-
Halloween
that
like
would've been
every
cool.
year
Yeah.
or two.
Well,
There would've
I
been
think
just
the
as many
reason-
Michael Myers movies.
they had
if
not-
they just left it alone,
if
Michael
they
Myers
hadn't
would have
done
come
part,
back.
if they hadn't done part 2, then they probably could have done the anthology thing. But I think
Yeah.
having him in 2 of them,
Mustafa
which
Todd, I got a
segues
bone to
into my
pick.
number 1, which is Halloween 2. It's whatever.
Jesus Christ, Emily.
I just
It's whatever.
I mean, I do the reason I don't know.
She really
2
feels it,
and
people.
1,
Come on, pros and cons.
2 and 1 could be tied because there are things I don't like about Halloween 2. Like Jamie Lee Curtis still weak as fuck, but she's strong in H2O.
20 years later.
I like the dude, like her little boy, like the guy that's like has a crush on her. And I like the whole the scene where the guy he crashes and he's in the Michael Myers outfit
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
like another
yeah.
guy.
Fake Michael Myers.
That's cool. And there are like
That's something that
it
happens
was
in a
a
lot of the
top-selling
other
it's
mask
not
that
in
year.
my it's not in my top death scenes, but the death in the hot tub is not
it.
possible, but cool. And I don't know, like I like the hospital scene in Friday the 13th Part 4. It's in Part 4, yeah, because they take him right at the beginning, and they're in the hospital for a while.
We did that.
That is.
We did that countdown a lot of
Well,
years ago.
no, we didn't. It was on another show because we're going to do it again.
Oh.
So, yeah. But Halloween 2 is my number 1. So we're going to do our top 5 best kills from 5 to 1 as well.
We're just going to keep it the same order of people.
Yeah. Because he's our special guest, so he gets to go first.
Oh, hospitality.
Yeah, that's how it works over here. So my number 5th kill.
Number 5th.
Number 5th.
Fifth. Anything you say? Was the driller killer scene from Part 3. I kind of thought it was a good less is more approach in the middle of Part 3, where it's very low budget kill. I thought it was a good send off to those kinds of movies.
All right.
What about you, Mike? What's your number 5?
My number 5 is the dad from Part 6 getting stabbed into an electricity box, which leads to his head exploding scanner style.
True. Facts.
It happens.
It does. Nick, what's
I
your
like that actor
favorite?
too.
It's also from number 6. It's it's the tribute to Part 1 with the head through the spike, where she gets
that well-placed one
cultist
spike in
nurse
the
or whatever,
hallway.
who's like the midwife or whatever to like the cult or whatever.
Why was there the one spike though?
I don't know, but when
In
he
the
picks her
long
up and he
hallway,
puts her
there's
head
just one
against that,
spike.
yeah, I like that a lot. That scene was good, and then of course he does the classic where he turns his fucking head and everything. But it's like a callback to like hanging the dude from number 1.
My dog does that head thing.
Really?
Yeah, when
A
I'm
lot
like,
of
"Hey,
dogs
buddy."
do that.
He's like, "Ruh."
A lot of dogs do that.
After
They
he
do that.
sticks something pointy in you?
He does that.
"Oh yeah, Steve."
Yeah.
Hi,
So
Steve.
does Sadie. But
After he gives you his self milk.
Hey man, we gotta
That's
stop talking about that. I
disgusting.
want my mom to be able to listen to this.
My number
I already
5.
told her,
Man,
"Go
you
listen
made
to
it
American
like this.
Mary."
My
It
number
wasn't us,
5.
dude.
My
You made
number
your
5.
fucking
My
bed.
number 5 is Kelly from Part 4, Return of. She's impaled by a shotgun. I think it's cool
yeah.
because it's a use of a gun, which is not used in slasher movies for good reason, but he's using it in a weird way, and so I think that's cool. Anyway, Brad, your 4th favorite.
Water heater scene from Part 2.
I thought you were, for some reason, I don't know what I thought he was gonna say. I thought you were
What's
just
that?
gonna like quote something. I don't know.
Water heater.
What? I thought you were just gonna say water heater.
Yep, no, water heater scene from Part 2 is my favorite.
I don't know what that
The
would
water
mean.
heater massacre. Catch it in November, y'all. As part of our Aqua.
Are we going to review all 6 water heater massacre movies?
Top
Foreshadowing.
3 kills. I liked it when they fell in the water.
I liked it when they cooled it down.
Yeah, now this is one of my favorites from when I was a kid. It's always like stuck in my head. It's an old favorite.
All right, so my number 4 is PJ Souls, including the ghost scene. When he shows up, she thinks it's her boyfriend. He's got the sheet over him. I get creeped out by that scene, and it takes a lot to creep me out. But yeah, I guess then she gets strangled with a phone cord, and the death's cool, but not as cool as the lead up, which I'm including because it's my number 4.
My pick.
Oh, okay. So this is my number 4. I'm gonna have to go with definitely the water heater massacre. I've always liked it too. It's an iconic thing. I always thought it was ridiculous because like.
Wait, are you guys talking about the hot tub?
Yeah, in
Water
Part 2.
heater's like that big tube thing.
No,
in the
it's a
basement.
it's a hot tub, but like. First of all, I don't think those things really do crank up
No, they
enough to
can't.
do that.
That's-
And then
that's
second
not
of all,
possible.
she probably would have fucking drowned before she fucking like fried or whatever.
I
but
thought
I
she
think
did
it's,
drown.
well,
I think
sure,
it's both. Yeah.
But also, like, for even as crazy as he is, and I know he's a product of pure evil, like his hands, man, like, come on, you can't hold your hands if it's boiling.
Well, he
but
can't feel pain, right?
Is that
I
is
don't
that really?
think that's part of it.
They never talk
but-
about it.
I mean, he is carrying around six shots in
the
him.
dad one-
You know,
Yeah.
like
if you stab a dude with a crowbar into an electricity box, he was getting electrocuted too. It's just he doesn't register it because he's Cursed by Thorn?
Well, not.
Or
Well,
is he?
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I like that one. I've always liked that one. It's iconic. It's really cool, and yeah, I enjoy it.
My number 4 is John Strode, Cursive, electrocuted until his head explodes.
yeah.
So I think we've talked enough about that. So you can go on with your number 3, Brad.
Number 3 is actually the shotgun stabbing. I love that this dude has
Yeah.
taken so many bullets at this point in the series, and he finally gets a gun in his hands, and he's like, stab. That was a good scene.
Keeping it short here, because my number 3 is what I'm going to call a hot tub instead of a water heater, because it is.
It is.
the
Well,
hot tub
it's
scene.
not really a hot tub. It's a
medical
medical
grade
grade
hot
like so they call it something else. I don't know. Watch 3 Women.
That's where they boil the
3
bodies.
women.
Yeah.
That Robert Altman movie.
Is it based on a
No,
nonfiction
it has.
novel?
No, it's based off a dream he had. It's Shelley Duvall and Sissy Spacek. in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody had a dream about boiling bodies.
I don't
Sissy
know.
Spacek had a dream about this.
No, Robert Altman did.
Oh, about boiling bodies?
No, that's why he wrote three women. But there's like a scene
What?
with the water.
That doesn't make sense at all.
They work at an old people's place where they
And
have
they
like
boil them?
they put him in a hot tub.
And they die.
No.
They let a man write about 3 women?
Of course they did. They still do that.
Men don't have
What
to
is
ask for
your
permission.
wait? You did your
In this
you did
world.
your number 3. You did your
Yeah.
number 3. Nick.
Me? Okay. My-
No, the other one here.
Okay, well, let him go first. My no-
Hey,
I already
this
did.
is Nick part 2, and
yeah,
they
Nick-
like their
Nick
favorite.
2.0, he's kind of cool. Anyway,
I
my,
think Greta Garbo's thighs.
oh God,
So
God,
is
stop with
Brad.
the name drop. Anyway, I don't want people to fucking find me.
You already talked about it in an
I'm
earlier
not the one giving my
episode.
fucking number out on this shit.
You actually talked about
come
you
on.
name dropped it in an earlier episode.
I must have been blacked out. Anyway, so my number
You're
3
something.
is okay. God damn it.
remember
it's
that
the
one.
kid with the pumpkin
Let me
mask
look at
in
his,
in part 3. Jesus
number.
fucking Christ.
Oh, the snakes and bugs?
Yeah,
Buddy
the snakes
Jr.
and bugs. Whenever the old Irish warlock gives something back to the kids. But no, I think that's a really cool effect, and I
That's
really like it.
crazy.
And then whenever they pull the fucking mask off, it's a snake and a bunch of roaches and shit. And it's like, I think there might be a piece of like Laffy Taffy in there.
Shake that levy, Debbie.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
My number 3 is Annie from Halloween 1. And it's not really her actual death scene.
I love it when she gets stuck in the window in her panties.
Okay.
It's true.
Don't self-milk over there.
Anyway,
on
back
now.
to her death.
Sorry, Mom.
Fucking gross.
He
Okay.
just milked in his pants.
So,
Oh, Annie.
she is strangled and her throat slit, but what I really like about her death is when Laurie finds her and she's on the bed with Judith's tombstone behind her.
I wish Michael Myers had kept posing the corpses of his victims.
I thought that
'Cause
was
that's
really cool.
one
That
of
was
the best
a
parts to
cool
watch.
shot.
like put like a top hat on him and like a long tail coat and put
Yeah,
like a
like puts him
cane
in the
or
closet, like all crazy.
And I do like like when the guy that has a sheet on him. That sounded really bad.
Oh, yeah, the one my
That
number
sounded like
4.
the-
Yeah,
I know what
so-
you mean.
Yeah. We figured you'd like
Put
that.
a sheet on that thing, baby.
Hang your hood at the door, baby.
Are we talking about
Yeah.
prophylactic?
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, prophylactics. You can leave your condoms at the door because you're raw dogging all night.
Yeah, this is a bareback queen right here.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
say.
I mean, yeah,
You
you're
started
right.
it.
So what is your number 2, Brad?
Number 2.
Mine technically, my number 2
are
technically,
mine 2 and 1 are ties. So
it's really not a kill. It's the aftermath of a kill. It's
see, that's
when
how
they
mine was. Yeah.
found Barry Sims in the tree in part 6.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Oh,
the
that
little
is
girl's
cool, yeah.
bathing in his
she's-
blood.
Did you say it's raining red?
Yeah.
I'm like, and it's warm.
It's raining warm red.
Yeah, she looks great
It's
covered
raining
in his
period
blood, too.
blood. You just look up there and there's a woman having her period all over.
I don't like
that's how it happens,
self-milk. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Very, very in the ballpark of self-milking.
I've
I'm
got
in
my
the
red wings.
podcast now.
I've got my red
Yeah.
wings, too. I got my red wings.
Brad just learned how to self-milk.
God, Mike.
Now there's 2
Mike,
people
did you hear
self-milking in
it?
it.
He just
Come
said he
on.
has Red Wings. Like,
I ain't from Detroit, but
Tia
I got my
Mike.
red
After the
wings.
shit he said the other
Tia
night, I don't want to know
Tia
what else he's
Mikey.
got.
Tia Mikey. Like,
That's me.
for real.
Tia Mikey, for real, yeah.
Like,
Harold came up with that. I can't.
well, You've certainly proven it. So
I think that means it's time for my number 2.
yeah, I think it is.
My number
Red
2
Wing Mike.
is the one that kicked off this whole franchise when little baby Mike puts on that mask, goes upstairs, and kills his new sister. Like when he comes back out and the mask is taken off him, just a look on his face. I like that whole sequence so much. This is my number 2 kill. The first kill.
Nick, what's your number 2?
Okay, so mine's a couple deaths and one's kind of meta. So
Meta death.
yeah,
meta death.
Yeah, so Donald Pleasance dies in number 2, right?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, nobody would have survived that explosion except Michael. But
Except Michael.
Yeah,
Well,
Michael.
if Michael can, then Dr. Loomis can too.
No.
Maybe he has superhuman
so Donald
strength.
Pleasance
Good thing he
died-
had those skin grafts
So
in part 6.
my second favorite death is Donald Pleasance in number 2, and then I know he comes back, but his last movie is number 6, and he dies in real life, and that's a legendary fucking actor, and those are my favorite deaths. I love it when legendary actors
Oh, you
die.
like it when he died in real life?
Yeah, I fucking love that shit, dude. I got hard that day, and I didn't know why, and then I found out the news later. Great escape, my ass. Look at that. That's an escape if I've ever seen one.
He's like, I really don't want to do part
He
7.
didn't escape
Yeah.
life.
No, he proved it,
And he
man.
did escape life.
Take that, Steve McQueen.
Shed this mortal coil.
Yeah. 6 times! That's how many times I jerked
He
off.
sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger there for some reason.
I self-milked 6 times that day.
Get to the chopper.
It's in your stomach. It'd be your stomach
Michael
all day.
Myers.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish because mine.
I did 6 times.
Cool.
Damn.
My 2 and 1 are a tie. So,
Are you going to say them both?
yes, I am.
Okay.
And then that's how it's gonna be.
You're
So-
the boss.
They are The Woman in the Hotel and Buddy Jr. in part 3. The face mutilation on the
shit.
woman from messing with like the chip in the mask. And when Buddy Jr. puts on the mask and watches the commercial and the bugs and snakes are crawling out and all that, those tied for me. I thought they were both pretty awesome. And maybe the woman's is a little bit higher than Buddy Jr.'s,
it's
but I think they're pretty like similar. So I tied them. What's your number 1? Number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
My number 1 is from Halloween 4. It's the transporter that gets the thumb put through his forehead.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Bowling balled out. There's a couple good kills. Honorable mention to the redneck that's driving at the end of the movie. And he just like digs into his neck and rips it up like
front
Day
rib.
of the Dead style.
That happens in Roadhouse.
Oh, really?
Patrick Swayze ripped some dude's throat out in Roadhouse.
I still haven't seen that.
You've never
movie.
seen Roadhouse? Can I become a Patreon and pay you $5
Oh my god, that's
so
not
I can
how
watch Roadhouse?
you can watch it on your own.
I don't have time for that. I'm watching movies for the podcast.
Are we doing a podcast on Roadhouse?
I've never know because no one's
Patreon.
requested it, and y'all
Hey,
can't request.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
But no, it's only
Patreon.
horror.
I'll go
Hey,
in.
Patreon.
I'll go
It's
in.
only horror.
Hey, I'll
go
It's
on
only
ahead.
horror. It's only horror.
No. If you pay enough, we'll do Roadhouse.
Yeah.
It'll be scary. Have
10?
you ever seen this
If somebody
motherfucker
pays
act?
10, can we do Roadhouse?
It's gonna be
listen, I'll watch
scary.
it tonight so you'll get off my dick about it. So, what's your?
That's Sam Elliott. My number 1 is the same as your number 2. I counted them together. The mask, the Stonehenge inflicted face
Yeah, Mike and I
melting
have the same.
/ snakes. Apparently, you have to be a child for the snakes to happen because the old lady. Oh, the way the old
was
lady's
just
Well,
bugs
face
with
her,
the old
the
lady,
way
right?
that it
Aftermath
happens with
of
her
that.
is because she's messing with the chip.
Messing with that chip.
So-
And
I
don't
love
mess
it.
with it.
By the way,
my
Brad, we had
number
two.
one
We had two.
movie.
That's the
Number
same
one.
thing that happens if
Yeah.
you take one
Which
of
is
those
strange.
those labels off a mattress that says it's illegal.
I think we had the
After you
same
eat a whole bag-
resurrection and Halloween.
After you eat a whole bag of pretzels and a whole carton of ice cream.
Like I was gonna say, after you eat a whole bag of atomic warheads,
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine your
That's
face.
what
I
happens.
forgot
your
about
face looks like
atomic.
that,
Face
lady-
electrifies.
that lady's face. I love it. It's so
You
badass.
spin a Subway sandwich.
So Nick, this is the last of all the counting because Emily already did her number 1.
Yeah.
Send us off to
okay.
space.
Okay, so
Well, I'm gonna let Brad say one more thing
Well,
because he's our special guest, but
yeah.
y'all don't know what it is.
But
So,
I never get
and
to
he
say
doesn't know what it
anything.
is
I'm here
either.
all the
So,
time.
Oh, I think Brad does know what it is.
no, he doesn't because
he-
I don't even know
I
what it
think
is.
it's
I'm
already
having to think about it right
predetermined.
now.
Okay, so my number 1 is all the children that wore those fucking masks across America in number 3. Are you guys dealing drugs over there? What the fuck? Like,
We were
what
trying to
the-
decide what the question should be for Brad because I hadn't decided.
You probably should have thought of that.
Question
Why are you
for
talking to
what?
me about my number one then?
Because you would talk.
What's your number
No,
one?
I'm done.
Oh.
Oh, really?
What
Really?
was it?
Fucking really?
Oh, it's
I
the
wonder-
kids. It's the kids.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, no, in the book too. I was reading that they did a
You
novel.
hate these movies, but you read the novelization?
No, I
what
read.
the fuck?
I didn't read the novelization. I read about the novelization. And
Damn.
in the novelization,
Yeah.
he does. He ends because there's it's questionable if he gets that one station to turn it off.
Yeah.
He doesn't. All those
Okay.
kids die.
Okay, so that's my number one.
Wait,
death.
only the kids
Yeah.
watching that station.
Well,
right?
yeah, but that's a lot of kids.
So that's probably.
Let's hope it was
So
CBS.
that old warlock killed more people than Michael Myers possibly in the whole franchise.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean across the
And
world.
whatever you guys are dealing each other over there, just share it with me.
Yeah.
I said we're just trying.
Yeah, but they're
to
not
figure out
people,
what we-
they're kids.
I forgot about that.
Future people.
They don't have,
Future people.
they have no hot takes on horror movies or nothing.
They don't have rights.
They're not people.
Are my sperm kids? Because I might have killed more kids than him.
Oh my god.
You don't kill them if you eat them, man. They just
Sorry,
go
Mom.
right back to the same place, Mike. They get reused.
It's
Okay.
talking kids into calories.
There are worlds in my stomach.
Have you guys ever seen the Snorks?
Well, you're never gonna find a stiff sock in my room.
Brad,
Snorks.
what? Who is
Don't
that?
get any ideas, Mike.
This is the last episode we're gonna talk about
I'm
this.
gonna.
Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna ask.
bullshit.
It never happened.
I'm gonna ask Brad this and not you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not answer.
Which of these movies comes into McKay's the most often?
Why would I ever
I don't
ask
know,
that?
'cause I'm
Can you
being dumb.
shut the fuck up? Okay.
I don't know.
So, who
my
is
third
your
grade
favorite
teacher asked me that,
female?
and my mom asked me just last week if I was ever going to
I
shut up.
was actually told by the editor
Hi,
that you
Mom.
needed to stop fucking talking over me. But
The editor said that?
yeah. So here in
Well, what the fuck else did you say, editor?
You got my number. Call me.
No,
What'd you say
he
about me?
doesn't. He doesn't have your number, but a lot of people could because apparently one person does. But
Well, at least
he
we
gave
don't
it
know
out on
what
the thing.
episode that was.
Who do you think is the hottest girl in the entire series on the spot? I know, because I know Mike wants to answer these so bad.
Is PJ Souls Riff Raff? Or no?
No, she could.
Riff Randall. Yeah. PJ Souls is Riff Randall. I'm going to go with that.
Over
Okay.
Annie?
Yeah.
PJ Souls is hotter than Annie.
That's bullshit.
I
That
don't-
is not bullshit.
no. PJ
that's
Souls is hot
bullshit.
as shit. I would say that too. But then Paul Rudd's probably the hottest of all the guys. Josh Hartnett did not age well.
Tom Atkins.
What
is
about
the
Tommy
hottest of the guys.
Boyle?
Tommy Boyle.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I will say that Paul Rudd does have a good chance of getting
Come on, man.
Thanks for saving me there, man.
yeah, like, so 95 Paul Rudd does have a good chance to get this. He is a very pretty person
Oh my
in that
god,
movie.
he's amazing.
His
Just not.
swimming pool eyes.
Oh god.
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, I just remembered a kill I really liked that wasn't on anybody's list.
Why don't
I
you
like
say
it in
it?
H2O when that girl has the elevator like dropped on her leg.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was cool. I forgot it. though.
Well, it concludes our Halloween retrospective. So stay gagged on the Halloween movies.
Hey, Patrons, call it, write it, fucking have me back on.
Well,
Alice,
this-
sweet
this-
Alice,
this
let's
is
do
actually-
it.
Stay gagged on Brad.
This is gonna be on. This is a regular episode, but I did get comments on like 2 different YouTube videos that were like, always like it when Brad's on.
Don't replace
Was
me.
it you?
I'm sorry, editor. Don't replace me.
No,
Nobody's ever said that
Stay
about
gagged
me
on
or
pumpkin
Emily.
seeds.
yeah. Stay gagged on PJ Soul's titties and the milk inside.
Wait.
Her
There-
self milk.
Oh.
There could have been.
She's got
Talk
cum
about
on her
Soul's
titties.
milk.
Well, no, she might have had
Yeah.
her own like real milk.
Stay gagged on Lindsay's clothes.
Stay gagged on Michael Myers' mask in part 4.
Stay gagged on Stonehenge because I got your Stonehenge right here.
Stay gagged on Tom Atkins.
Does anybody ever
And
smoke weed in
yeah.
these movies? Wait,
Yes,
they
in the
smoke-
first one.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
they do in the
first one,
first
man.
one. Jamie Lee Curtis and Annie are smoking it in the car.
And then they talk to her dad, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah."
and
I
he
was
did-
smoking weed while.
Yeah.
So you asked me if I watch any of these movies. Jesus fucking Christ.
Come on, man. But in any others
first
besides the
one.
first.
No, yeah, they do it in 4. I'm
Oh
pretty
wait,
sure.
no, they're smoking a bong in
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have done our
Our favorite times they smoked weed in the
5
movie.
favorite times they smoked weed in
Oh,
it.
that could be a Patreon exclusive top favorite.
No, it can't.
Slasher stonings.
But stay gagged on all of our social media, Instagram, TikTok, Gag Me with a Knife Podcast, Twitter, Gag Knife Pod. Become a Patreon for early access to episodes, member shout-outs, fan requested videos, or fan requested episodes.
We're getting close to the big,
We'll
big
do
giveaway.
videos. I'll do videos.
Bonus episodes that you won't hear anywhere else. And when we get to 10 members, which we're really close, we'll be doing a rare slasher prize giveaway.
Swag.
And don't worry,
Swag.
if you are on the upper tier, the one with fan requested videos, we will come back around to you after we finish doing others. So you'll get another fan requested episode. And you can buy our merch at gagmewithaknifepodcast.com. And we will see you next time. It's not Halloween anymore.
Goodbye, Halloween.
It's a monster.
Time for the days of the dead.
It's time for Thanksgiving almost,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess. Whatever. All right. See ya.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the Horathon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween.